Hi everyone, it's Friday, I'm off school today, I've got work experience next week, then I got half term, so I'm off school for a pretty long time, which is sweet, and I thought we'd kick it off with a bang, and I'm going to update my GameCube collection. Now, GameCube videos seem to be surprisingly popular. I've got quite a lot of views on my Game Boy Player video, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to update my GameCube collection for you. A lot has changed and a lot hasn't, you know. I haven't got that many more games, and that's because GameCube games, like I said in my previous video, GameCube games are becoming harder and harder to find. So I have got a few here. It's not as big as I'd like. There are at least 10 games I can name off the top of my head that I'd love to pick up for GameCube. You know, yeah, but hopefully I'll have them pretty soon. But I'm going to get straight into it. Okay, so first we have the boot CD for the Game Boy Player. I really like the Game Boy Player. It's a nice product. I'm not using it as much as I thought I'd use it, but it's very good when I do. So if you see a Game Boy Player for sale without this, don't buy it because you need this to play your Game Boy games. I'm just going to go off topic here for 1 second. I always found it weird that they advertised the Game Boy Player with the silver GameCube, because the Game Boy Player is black. You'd think they'd put it with the black GameCube because it matches a little bit better. And as well, guys, talking of black GameCube advertising, they don't often advertise the GameCube with a black console. It's normally with a purple console, which is understandable because that's like the main colour, you know. And if it's not the purple one, then they use the silver one. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, that's the Game Boy Player. Moving on to my actual games then. Here we have Need for Speed Most Wanted. Not really into the Need for Speed games, but this is a pretty good one. I've got Need for Speed Underground on the PS2, and I've got Need for Speed Carbon on the Xbox. I think I told you that in my Xbox video, but anyway. Medal of Honor Frontline. Now, I think a lot of you will agree with me that the first level on this is absolutely awful. The first level is like really confusing. You don't know what to do. Call me stupid, but a lot of my friends have agreed with me that this is very hard to get used to on the first level. But once you get past that, it's an alright game. I'm not really into Medal of Honor games, but if you are, I think it's pretty good. I think it's got a pretty good rep among the Medal of Honor fans. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. This is my only GameCube game with 2 discs. I think these discs can hold about 1.5 gigs. They are DVDs. I'm going off track again. But the GameCube discs are DVDs, even though they're small. I believe they're just like, you know, mini DVDs. And if you think about when data is written to a disc, guys, it's written in loops. And obviously, the more you go out, the bigger the loops get. So the more data you can fit on one rotation. Think of it like a film reel. You know, right in the middle of the film reel, you can only fit a few seconds on. But then when you get out, you know, you're fitting minutes and minutes on. That's what a disc works like. So these are single-layer DVDs, so they only hold about 1.5 gigs. So I think quite a few GameCube games come on 2 discs. I think, you know, a handful of them do anyway. But I'm not quite sure. Definitely games like Resident Evil, I'm pretty sure, you know, they've got to come on 2 discs. Hulk. This is pretty cool. It's got a nice box to it. I'm not really into the whole Hulk thing, but this was only 50p, and that's a steal for a GameCube game, especially when it's complete like that. So that's cool. And I think there's a poster in here as well. No, that's the manual. And that's another manual. I thought there was a poster in here for 2 minutes, but there isn't. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Now, Pro Skater games, guys, I'm really talking a lot about some of these games. I'm going to have to get a shift on. But these games have got to be played on the PlayStation 1, N64, or Dreamcast, if you can find them for them. Because the games you should be playing on this generation are Underground, Underground 2, and American Wasteland. These Pro Skater games do feel a little dated now, especially because you can't get off your skateboard. Another one that feels slightly dated, Matt Hoffman Pro BMX 2. No manual, unfortunately. This feels dated partly because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack can be to blame for that. But guys, don't let that stop you playing it. It is very good. Aggressive inline. This is a pretty damn good game if you're into that kind of thing. I'm kind of into aggressive inline. I've got a set of a pair of Razer Genesis 4.1s. They cost me about 180 quid, and that's a lot for a pair of skates in my opinion. But yeah, I did used to be into all of that, so that's pretty good. Monster Jam. Trying to remember where I got this, but yeah, it's a pretty good game. You know, multiplayer is no manual in this one again, I'm afraid. Multiplayer is definitely way more fun than playing it on your own. Metroid Prime, I'm not really into it. I know this is very popular amongst loads of people on the Cube, but it's not really my thing. Sonic Adventure Battle 2, I'm not really into the 3D Sonic games, and I believe the new ones that are coming out are crap. But the only 3D, well, I do like this one a bit, but the main 3D Sonic game that I like is the original Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. Animal Crossing, this is a really good game, but I can't play this particular version because this is NTSC version. It's got a slightly different box and stuff, so that's fairly annoying. I do hope to find a PAL version soon, but this can only be used on American and Canadian GameCube systems. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup, I picked this one up the other day. It's a pretty good game if you're into Quidditch. For me, Quidditch was always the part that I wasn't into very much on Harry Potter. But yeah, this is, from what I've heard, a pretty good game. We have Crash Nitro Kart. This is pretty sweet. My mate James got me this one year for my birthday. This one's nice. It's complete with the manual as well. Really, really nice game. Fun multiplayer. Great colours. Look at that. Yeah, overall a really nice game. Star Fox Adventures. Way prefer the original Star Fox on the SNES, and if you're in the UK it's called Star Wing. But this is an alright game. I was fairly disappointed, but you know, it's alright. Turok Evolution. Love this game. Brilliant graphics. Really, really like the graphics in this one. Gameplay's really nice as well. I prefer the Turoks on the N64. I prefer Turok Dinosaur Hunter anyway. I'm not the biggest fan of Turok 3 and Turok 2 on the N64, but this is a really good one. This next one is one of my favourite GameCube games, The Simpsons Hit and Run. I also picked it up for PC the other day, as you saw, but I prefer playing it on the GameCube because I don't think this has got much voice acting in it compared to this. So this is what, you know, makes the game fun. No manual for that, which is annoying, but yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run for the GameCube. Really, really like this one. I think I've nearly completed it. Time is really ticking. Donkey Konga. You can play this with the Donkey Kong bongos. It's a bit like Guitar Hero but with bongos. It's really cool, and I believe this came out long before Guitar Hero, so you know, here's one of your early music style games there, which is pretty sweet. And you had that thing on Dreamcast as well. God, next game just went flying onto the floor. But anyway, talking of early music games, do you remember that thing on Dreamcast where you had maracas and you had to shake them above this thing? Yeah, that was an early music game. The next game that just fell on the floor is Donkey Konga 2, and this is basically the same thing as the first Donkey Konga, but it's got different songs in it. The manual in this one's really big. But yeah, Donkey Konga 2, pretty cool. I think the songs are actually a bit better in the first one, but it's nice to play the second one to have a change of songs as well. Luigi's Mansion, very strong launch title for the GameCube, really fun game. It's a brand new take on the Mario kind of games. This hasn't really taken off, we haven't really seen anything like it since, but I was a big fan of this one. I'm going to stick it in later maybe and have a play of that. Coming to my last two games, and they're both classics, you should definitely own them for the GameCube. Mario Kart Double Dash. Outstanding multiplayer. Guys, I don't rate any Mario Kart games better than others. I like them all pretty much the same, even though there is a certain magical feeling when you do play Mario Kart 64. But this one's very, very good as well. And then the last one, it's a must-have. And, you know, it's a must. You've got to complete it as well. Super Mario Sunshine, this is the first thing you should stick in your GameCube and beat. Even if you're not really into it. Mario Sunshine, gotta play it, love it. Guys, a lot of people give Mario Sunshine criticism because they say it's not as good as Mario 64 and stuff. Well, if you actually think about it, it is a very, very good game. It had a big, big reputation to come after, didn't it? Because Mario 64 was so revolutionary, and this one had, you know, such a lot to live up to. And despite what people say, I think it did it amazingly. And the colours, guys, and you know, the overall feel and I like the way you have flood on your back and everything. It's so cool. But anyway, guys, I'm running out of time. Thanks very much for watching. And, you know, if you think I should check out any cool games, just post them in the comment section and I'll be sure to check them out. Thanks, guys.